Hello guys and welcome here to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for race number 24 of the Jello Cup Series season. Only 3 races now stand between these guys, and after today we will only have 2, Richmond and Indianapolis, until the chase for the Jello Cup. Or the Jello Cup Series playoffs, I should say. Richard Johnson's going to start from the pole. He is not locked in yet to the chase. He could lock in after today. There are only 3 guys who are locked into the chase after last race. Brad Stover in the number 48. He is locked in. I believe the 42, Tim Horton, is also locked in. And then Luis Hernandez, your defending champion, will be racing in the Jello Cup Series chase. Those 3 are the only 3 locked in at this point. So right now, there's still a lot of positions that are undecided at this point. We know for one fact Eli Bright is not going to be in the chase, despite his win at Edmonton. In case you missed knockout qualifying, he has missed the field. That will basically eliminate his chance of making the chase. Let's take you to the starting lineup here from New Hampshire. Richard Johnson is on the pole with Joseph Curtis to his outside. They make their way through turns 3 and 4. Richard Johnson. He's a winner already this season. He wants his second win. So does Joseph Curtis. Brad Fusion needs to make up a handful of points. Green flag is in the air. We're underway from New Hampshire. We had mentioned the 66 has a lot of ground to make up. He is currently on the outside looking in to the chase. He could lock out after this race if he has a bad run. So for Brad Fusion, he needs something good to happen. Keep in mind the magic number after this race is 132. If Brad Fusion is 132 points back of that 30th position, he is out of the chase. So they know there's a lot of pressure on him to run really well today. Maybe even get a win. Same for Eric Monaco in the 88. He is the 31st place driver. And with him in front of Brad Fusion, that certainly does not help that 66's cause. At this point, Charles Sanford is also back there. He's another guy who's basically borderline right now. He basically holds that 30th position, or very close to it, so he could control the bubble at this point. But up front, Richard Johnson, he's already got a win this season. A second win would guarantee him in the chase. It would also help out the likes of a few guys, Joshua Scully in that number 27, because that means he could lock into the field on points, which would be good. And then same for Angel Navarro, it would help him out. Angel Navarro has yet to win this season. He could lock in on the points. So yeah, a lot of scenarios. Keep in mind, the go-or-go-homers in the field I had mentioned, they aren't really racing for glory. They aren't racing to make the chase. They're racing to get to victory lane and steal one from these guys. As Brad Fusion just went to 3rd, as you saw. Big pass there. Meanwhile, Richard Johnson is kind of just pulled away at this point in the Overton's 301. And he's doing exactly what he needs to do to get a second win. Joseph Curtis could use the points. So this run certainly wouldn't hamper his ability to make the chase. Guys, hang on 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Allergies have been a big issue for me this summer. I don't know about the rest of you. First second right now, we got a battle. Brad Fusion wants that position. Joseph Curtis, I don't think, is willing to part with it. And he won't. Joseph Curtis shuts the door on the 66. Keep in mind, the more these guys battle, that 93 is just going to continue to get away. There's another guy back there I think we should also highlight real quick. That is the 1, Griffin Lynn. He's another guy who could potentially make the chase on points. He's got quite a ways to go, but obviously he's in the right position right now. He's had a great year compared to last season as, oh boy, we nearly had a wreck in front of these guys. The 3 of Hillary Sanchez went very high. But yeah, the 1 of Griffin Lynn, he could sure use a good run today to put him in the chase contention, even if it's a win or for points. So we will see as up front Richard Johnson's lead is shrinking, and we have another battle for second. But that will dissipate right there. Richard Johnson's lead shrunk to nearly 3/10 of a second that time, and now it's just under half a second this time by. As the 42 Tim Horton, possibly an off-schedule pit stop. We will try to get an update on that one. And there we go, Brad Fusion might have the position. And he does. Now he sets his sights on Richard Johnson. Brad Fusion will take over the race lead, which is exactly what he needs to do. And now Joseph Curtis will look for second. And he's going to get it, it looks like. Of these guys in the top 5, Eric Monaco is the only one yet to reach victory lane. But Brad Fusion is now your race leader. Your winner at Atlanta has struggled most of the season. And this kind of run is the one that could potentially get him into the chase. Keep in mind, he's on the outside looking in. So is Jessica McNeilson. And that 88, Eric Monaco. If he can get a win, he would be on the, he would certainly be one of the guys on the outside looking in. But Brad Fusion, he's going to try and pull away for the time being. And they will pit this time. And the 55 will stay out. But is the 55 off sequence? No, he is not. So Stephen Thompson will race lead. He's one of the guys who will be in the chase likely. Nate Rattray also stayed out. He is a winner this season. He will likely be in the chase. And the caution is out. And that definitely hurt Brad Fusion. As Stephen Thompson pits, let's go see what happened. Nothing I could have seen would have triggered the caution, so I'm just going to go with debris, as the 33 is stalled out on track. We're back underway, but it might be short-lived. TJ Hanley stopped on the track. An issue with the 33. You stay green. Stephen Thompson, your leader. Nate Rattray in second. Caleb Parker in third. You see the 55 try to get away here. And everyone ahead of the 55 is trying to stay on the lead lap. But that caution really hurt the 66 team. Let's go see where they are. Keep in mind, that is a battle to get inside the top 30. And right now, he is under a lot of pressure from Richard Johnson, Griffin Lynn, and all these guys. Actually 16th at the moment. Yes, it's still a decent run, but it certainly cannot help their cause to making the chase. Now the 55 will look to pick off the point leader, Brad Stover. Try to put him a lap down. He's putting a lot of cars between himself and Nate Rattray, and that will certainly help his cause. Someone smoking up ahead. And it's the 30 of Gene Sanford. It looks like the engine expired on that car. So Gene Sanford's day ends early here. Tough break for her, but she is in the chase with 2 wins. I would not question it. So we will see. Right now, Stephen Thompson's got a lot of lap traffic between him and the 99. That's not helping either of them, or that is not helping the 99 team at this point. You could see they are stuck basically behind the 14. It's over a second lead now, and 55 is going to go high. This could be a mistake. As Thomas E. Lucere might be able to open the door now to go back on the lead lap. Not quite. He's hanging on that outside. And Patrick Smith will be lapped now. And the 31, Caitlin Tseng, just went second. And now she's kind of trying to close the gap. And these guys in front go side by side. And that is not going to help anyone's cause. Richard Kinghart has battled into the top 5. And how about Trent Fusion, rather? He's having an incredible day as well. That is certainly going to help their cause. I mean, that 95 team has not had a great season. And that should certainly help them get things right back on track. We should have another round of pit stops coming up really soon. Keep in mind, like we said, these guys go to Richmond next. And then we go to Indianapolis, a double points race to determine who will make the chase. That should really be interesting. As 18 is going to pit. So will a few others. And Caitlin Tseng trying to close that gap. She's going to pass the 77 and set her eyes on the 48 and the 10. Other two lapped cars in between her and the 55, Stephen Thompson. And you see a few others coming to the pit lane. Looks like all the lapped cars have come and the caution is out. 77. Thomas E. Lucere trying to come to the pit lane. Could not get down. And that's going to shake everything up now. Now there's really no lapped cars between the 55 and the field, as that's going to really change everything at this point. What is the 32 doing? Oh, the 18 just about killed the pace car. You see them make their way on the pit lane. This is the money stop now. Here we go. Let's see who will come out in front. Looks like the 55 plays some strategy and he'll win the race off. Or actually the 41, Chase Marks will. We'll see how the field stacks up when we go back green, but let's go see what happened. You could tell the 77 really wanted to pit that time. Caitlin Tseng was not going to let him come down the track to pit. She's like, I need to battle for the position, get out of the way, and sure enough, tough break for the 77. Let's take you back to the green. Another one ran out of fuel. The 20 of Angel Navarro is run out. And we mentioned the 30 with the camshaft issue. Their day is done. We should mention there's no NASCAR overtime in this race, so these guys need to do their best to race clean right now. As it'll be Stephen Thompson leading the field back. Kevin McHugh in second. And if Kevin McHugh wins, this makes it a lot more difficult for Brad Fusion and all these guys to make the chase as we're back underway. Keep in mind, Kevin McHugh is very close to that top 30 cut line. If he can win, this would mean a lot of trouble. And the 55 did not get a great restart. And behind them, Richard Kinghart. He could steal a win from the guys in contention for the chase. And if he can steal one, boy, that would be big. But he's still got quite a gap to close. You see the 55 hanging tough on that outside lane. And not much longer, here goes Kevin McHugh with 5 laps to go. Kevin McHugh is now in control of the race. He's your leader. Oh, he nearly hit the 83. And I think that's the last thing Brad Fusion wanted to see. Keep in mind now, this complicates everything. With 4 to go this time. Kevin McHugh could also take a position away from those guys on the outside looking in. That means Joshua Scully is really going to have to race hard now. So will Alexander Rowe. Those guys are now going to have to race hard for a win. Three to go. This would add a third Joe Gibbs Racing vehicle to the chase. Right now, Luis Hernandez, 2 wins, he's in. Sam Curtis won earlier in the season. He could very well be in. And oh, we nearly had a wreck and the caution is out. Oh, Brad Trent Fusion's involved. And this seals the deal for the number 11. Wow, a wreck in front of the race leader. Let's go see what happened. Oh boy, 3 wide back here, and this is not going to help anyone. Griffin Lynn puts the 66 up into the 22. And we mentioned the 66 in need of a good finish. He certainly is not going to have one today. After that, and this all happens in front of the race leader. He bounces off his teammate up ahead, but keep an eye on that 23 of Trent Fusion up ahead. Keep in mind, he needs some good results to stay alive. Smacks that inside wall. His day is over. After a good top 5 run, he gets hit by the 31. Same for the 31 of Caitlin Tsang. Tough break for those guys. Let's go see the finish. Here we go. The white flag was displayed. Kevin McHugh played strategy early in the season. We all thought he was going to have a chance to get to victory lane very early in the year. He kind of just fell off the grid all the way up till today. And this just complicates everything now in the chase. As out of turn number 4, Kevin McHugh, his Joe Gibbs Racing teammates have hit victory lane. Sam Curtis and and Luis Hernandez. Now he will hit victory lane for the first time this season. Congratulations to Kevin McHugh. And a good run also for Charles Sanford and for Richard Kinghart, getting a top 5. Some good runs inside the top 10 today, really. Some guys who really needed it. And we want to thank you for watching. We will see you at Richmond, but in the meantime, let's show you your results and standings after New Hampshire. Goodbye, everyone.